Well, here we are, friends. 3 seasons, 3 weeks, and about 2 months since I have began this long review journey, and we are finally at the end? Question mark. Code Lyoko Season 4, now in retrospect, after 3 years after it originally finished airing in 2005, is now looked at as a bittersweet bookend to future greatness. Let's get this out of the way. Season 3 was atrocious. How atrocious? I want to throw it in the trash, burn it into other flames, and want to see its family executed for its lack of funding. So, you would figure, well, season 4 has got to be better, right? Season 4 has got to up the quality of of the great show. After all, you gave season 2 a perfect 10 in your eyes, and only gave season 3 a 5. Well, I'm happy to report, my fellow Leokians, that season 4 is everything good about Code Lyoko all in one. Trust me, let me get this out of the way. It's not better than season 2, but it's miles ahead of season 4. From adding new things right from the start all over again, including Bad William. And yes, Bad William makes Seth Roth look pathetic, and makes Cloud look like he needs a smaller sword and that he's compensating for something, albeit Williams' handling of a Cloud Shank is a little to be desired. But the first noted change you'll see is the change in virtual forms. And God, was this change needed. Every character got a more adult, more well-toned touch up in their Lyoko forms. Well, all that is, except for Odd, he still looks like a freak and now has little purple devil horns growing out of his head. How they came up with that creative decision, I will never know. Plus, it also introduces a new form of virtual vehicle in the mythical yet very handy Skid Vladimir, or Skiddy, or the Skid. Apparently, people don't like pronouncing Viking names, although the ship is based off of a myth in Viking lore. Wonder if there's a reference to Skid Vladimir in Skyrim. Hmm. But I'm getting off topic here. There are an astounding 30 episodes this season. Yep, that's more than any other season and brings the grand total of episodes to an astounding 95. Mind you, 2 of the episodes in this season, Lab Rat and Echoes, Cartoon Network forgot to air, which means you're really missing, well, not so much in Echoes, but especially Lab Rat. You're missing some important piece of story love here. Cabillion was the first to air this episode in its entirety, but do yourself a favor if you have availability to the episodes, to do yourself a favor and catch this missing gem. Of the 30 episodes in the season, there are a few throwaways. In fact, 6 of them are just filler. The negative part of it is the filler comes surprisingly late. Like episode 22 of the season late. And even the quote unquote final episode itself is reduced to nothing more than a clip show and a bittersweet goodbye scene that seems extremely forced. Thanks, Cartoon Network, for blowing the series finale like you blow on the dicks of any bad animators you've hired in the last year since your curse has begun. But but again, this season shows everything about the base idea works. The animation at this point is absolutely perfected on both sides. Even with the new teleportation system. See, teleportation was a system that Jeremy created to defeat Evil Xana's replica Lyokos by destroying each supercomputer in the zone. To execute this crazy idea, decided to flip the script and put the characters in their normal Earth animated forms, but show their Lyoko sides. This is the best example and the ultimate example of great writing and also the brilliance of the animation crew. The fact that both animations could seemingly flip their own scripts and work perfectly in tandem shows a level of maturity and education as the show went forward from season 1. This shows, almost in a way, the show going full circle. Likewise, some of the writing of the jokes and sequences between some of the sub characters and even the main characters make repeated reference to past episodes in the other seasons, rewarding longtime fans for their story continuity and for picking up on the little things. Sure, not everything's perfect. Yeah, there is that obligatory let's talk about Aelita's life again episode near the end. And it is also doubled as a holiday episode. Exactly how does that work? And we've already been through this a ton. And yes, we do get to learn about the extended families of the teams. Even even seeing even seeing characters like Jeremy's cousin Patrick or Odd's parents, which are surprisingly normal. But most noted is Xana's writer plot. It's very, very mental this season, not as aggressive as before, which will throw people off. And yes, his quote unquote final defeat leaves an emptiness that even Lyoko fans even 3 years or 4 after the fact, still have not figured out. And yes, not every question was answered. And that, my friends, is the ultimate problem. If this is supposed to be the final season, which now we know it isn't, and if you go back to 2005, it wasn't supposed to be. You see, they had already started plans and started creating the fifth season of Code Lyoko in the process of re-signing a contract with the overlords at CN. So much so that CodeLyoko.com at the time, which I was a member of back then, even had a Design the Season 5 logo contest. The choice, oddly, would have made Wiz Khalifa happy with a black and yellow motif that actually looked very, very nice. Go on the internet, look it up. It actually exists. So much so that fans created season 5 trailers, and even Moonscope itself created a season 5 trailer, and even at one point had plans to throw it up on Cartoon Network as part of the then dying Toonami flock. But alas, the season did not materialize, and the questions are left unanswered. At the end of this season, albeit good, there are plenty of funny moments, plenty of action-packed moments, and a lot of character development. Everybody, the subs, the mains, the villains, everything, then gets a nice character up in this season. Obviously, seeing that Cartoon Network pulled the rug under them, they really threw everything at the table here. The action scenes with the evil William are some of the best scenes done in the show. And yes, I'd be remiss if I didn't say the Colossus is the most impressive piece of evil CGI I've ever seen in my life. This 20 feet tall Goliath with a cloud shank for an arm can literally take you out in just a partial swing of its big ass sword. And yes, I'd be remiss if I didn't end the video with this. Season 4 and is a perfect encapsulation of this series as a whole. Great character development, great writing, and execution. Although at the end it felt bittersweet and you knew it wasn't over. Come on. Just watching the episodes near the end will tell you they wanted to do more. But this is the perfect recovery from a bad season 3. Overall, the show has really held together with age, and that, my friends, is why it's the best in the world. Most shows in this modern era have a trouble with holding together. Sure, you might be able to sit there through one watch through of other series, but by then you're through with it. Code Lyoko, especially the episodes in seasons 1, 2, and 4, hold up surprisingly well over repeated viewings. And there are a ton of little Easter eggs throughout the series to keep your ears perked. But most importantly, as we move towards Code Lyoko evolution, it's hard, it would be hard not to, at the time, to view it as an ending. But I went into season 4 looking at it as a bookend. And if you decide to do a review of your own, that's what I would suggest. To look at it as a bookend. Because we've already seen with evolution that the more things change, the more things stay the same. Overall, Overall, the series is the perfect blend of traditional animation and CGI, something that the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest and other shows before it had inspired to be. This show, released by the animated genre non-Japanese, is CM Punk. It is the best show in the world. Yet it is uncrowned and unheralded by the major masses. Season 4 definitely gets my seal of approval. If it wasn't for the late throwaway episodes and the sour taste of an ending, this season would have been perfect. Again. This season gets a 9, which ultimately leads to the final judgment of the series. The series as a whole gets a grand grade of an 8. Why an 8 for a series so great? Well, it's season 3. If season 3 wasn't so shortchanged and done lazily, this show would have easily gotten a 9. And the fact that the pilot is massively out of place, putting the season 3 canon as filler, by the way, this series would have been among the upper echelons. If you haven't seen Code Lyoko in its full form, do yourself a favor and try to get all of these episodes. The quickest way is through Netflix's streaming service. Or you can pick up the DVDs on Amazon.com for about 25 bucks each. Or buy the entire series for about 75. This has been a long, heart-wrenching for me trip into the show that I love. Flashes off, the show Joe is still among one of the best shows on TV. Sure, it's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. And judging by the clock here, this is probably going to be the longest video I've ever done, which shows the level of dedication I put in this project. Watch the reviews. Enjoy them. I will most certainly be doing more Lyoko themed videos in the future. But for now, enough about the echoes of the past. Let's get excited about Lyoko's future. Live life by the code. Warning, what you are about to see is a review of Code Lyoko Season 4. These opinions are mine and mine alone. No clips or music was used from the actual show in this review. And plus, the fan classes are off, as final judgment is near. So please enjoy the review and respect my opinions. Thank you very much and enjoy the show.